Water main break causing a big mess in southwest Minneapolis. Is happening right near 50th Street and Penn Avenue South. That's just a couple of blocks south of Lake Harriet. Our Barrett Leone has been there all morning long, still is there. Barrett, we know that we finally got the water turned off, but it's leaving behind quite a mess.
Yeah, it has been quite the morning, Heather. Yes, water is turned off. It's really quite a different scene than what we were seeing even just an hour ago. I'm going to point you behind me to this building here. At one point, water was gushing out of the bottom of the door. There was a foot of standing water there. Now things are drier, still a little icy. You can see salt is now lining the perimeter here. Public Works was on scene. They worked to turn off main water surrounding this building here. It's home to Terzo, a bookstore, Sparrow Cafe, also a renovation company on the other side here, as well as an apartment building. So here's what we know. Residents were evacuated. There were 3 units upstairs. That's according to the fire department. They responded to this main water break around 3:30 this morning. Took a couple hours to get Public Works on scene and get everything turned off. So this water break, it extended far down 50th Street here, all the way down to James Street. And we know that homes in the area were also notified to move their cars because they were worried that their cars would actually stick to freeze rather to the ground because of this water and just how stinking cold it is. So they do have ice here. No word yet on what caused this main water break or if folks will be able to get back into this building anytime soon. We do know that this will impact these businesses as well as these residents who are displaced. Terzo is also owned by Broder's Pasta Bar, which is just kitty corner to us here. So we know that a lot of businesses will be impacted by this this unfortunate incident that happened here this morning. But things are starting to come up on the other side here as that water has finally been turned off. But it has been a journey to get here.
Absolutely, Barrett. I mean, we're talking 3 hours of lots of water coming out of there. And in this freezing cold, any idea what they're going to do with all of the ice that is on those blocks and the surrounding blocks? Do they have a plan for that yet?
Yeah, it's going to take some time, really. And the problem is, obviously we have the salt here around here, but the problem is it's just so cold that the sun melting isn't really on our side. We know that blacktop, which is what we're standing on, reflects and helps melt a little bit. But MnDOT tells us and has told us time before when it's below 15 degrees that salt doesn't do a whole lot. So expect travel impacts because we are still blocked off here, Penn Avenue and 50th, at least a block in each direction. And like I said, that water is down 50th here for quite a ways. So that water has since turned into ice, right? Especially now that it's stopped flowing. So it's really tricky. We see salt here so far. We do see some machinery. I wouldn't be surprised if they started pulling out jackhammers here. I did see a little bit of someone with a hammer or some sort of axe picking away at ice just down around the corner here. So I would I anticipate some pulling in some backup from those power tools to clear some of this tricky ice.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of businesses and a lot of houses around there. All right, Barrett,
yes.
You and John and Arthur, great job out there this morning. Thank you. We'll check back in a little bit.
It is the big story of the morning. We continue to follow breaking news. A water main break is causing a big mess in southwest Minneapolis. Now, this is happening near 50th Street and Penn Avenue South. Our Barrett Leone, she was first live on the scene hours ago this morning. So, Barrett, how are things looking now? Because we're talking about a water main break that happened 5 hours ago.
Yeah. A whole lot of water. That's what I'll say, Pauline. There is a standing water here behind me. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see this parking ramp. Water has just pooled out of this building I'm staring at now. At one point, it was gushing out, leading to water pooling down 50th. We're at the corner of 50th and Penn. We know that fire crews arrived on scene around 3:30 this morning, and they were telling residents to evacuate from this apartment building. We know 3 units were there. It's also home to several businesses in the area. Fire crews told surrounding homes to drive their cars to a safe location. Obviously, this van here was not able to get out of this area. We know there's probably a good couple feet of water here. And it's starting to freeze, as you can see. We know that water's turned off still, and crews are looking for ways to get the water out because we're told there's a lot of water. I mean, like you said, we're talking hours of water gushing out. So really a struggle here. And so they're trying to get it out back to the main is what I was just told. I would not be surprised if they brought out some heavy machinery. We see a jackhammer and several other machineries over here to kind of work on that ice situation as well. It's sanded and salted where we're standing, but it's still really slippery, and that's because it's just so stinking cold out here this morning. We know, MnDOT says that if things are below 15 degrees, which is we're definitely below 15 degrees this morning, it becomes really hard to that salt is not as effective. We are in blacktop, which helps a little bit knock out with the sun reflection, but it's still a struggle here this morning, and we're waiting to see how they'll be able to get all of this water out and all of this ice out. Still a lot of questions here. We don't know how this main water break started, but we know that crews are still working here on scene of 50th and Penn.
And you think about it, we are in for this deep cold stretch for still a little while longer. It's going to be a long weekend for all of those businesses and just that area to try and recover there. So we're going to continue to stay on top of this story. We'll follow more. Barrett Leon reporting live for us in the brave cold. Barrett, get warm. Thank you for your live report. We appreciate it.